Dear fellow expats, welcome to French Differently. I'm Alex, your host. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to pronounce the J, the G, and the C with the cedilla in French. So please stay tuned. The C with the cedilla, called cécédille in French, is pronounced like an S, and it's found only in front of A, O, or U. So you get this soft sound instead of getting a hard sound, which you would get without the cedilla. For example, garçon, which means boy, and here what you see is garçon de café, which means waiter. Okay, let's take a look at G and J now. So, strange enough, G in French is G, and J is J. The fundamental difference with English is that both G and J are pronounced without the leading D, as it were. So it gives you this sound that you have in English in the words leisure, pleasure, or conclusion, as you can see here, or beige, which is an exception in English because you don't have the proper G pronunciation. So in French, the sound is always the same. It's what I call the soft sound here, which is valid for the G if it's followed by an E or an I, like in magie, for example, which means magic. And it's always valid for the J. It doesn't matter what vowel is after the J, like in jamais, which means never, you always get the same sound. So now the hard sound. The hard sound, it's like for the C. If the G is in front of an A, an O, or a U, you get the hard sound, the one that you have in get or give in English. And here you see the words garçon, where we're interested in the G here, and cargo, and here a cargo ship, and here we can hear that the sound is hard. So if you need the hard sound for the G, but it's followed by an I or an E, then you have to insert a U there. For instance, Guy, which means mistletoe, spelled G-U-I, or Gai, which means Ford, spelled G-U-E with a sharp accent. G-U-E, accent aigu. Finally, the G also has a different behavior, which is nasal when it's followed by an N. So that is similar to the Spanish N with a tilde sign above it. Here you can see how it is represented phonetically. This kind of character that looks like an N, but is not quite an N. And in English, there aren't that many words that are pronounced that way. I found the word canyon, which is not exactly the same as the GN in French, but close enough. I think in English it's NI phonetically. But this is really the closest I found to this French nasal GN. A couple of weeks ago, I shot a video about holidays in France. And I forgot something really important for the French, which is what happens if a holiday is, say, on a Tuesday or on a Thursday, and then there's kind of a day in between the holiday and the weekend. So in this case, we have a Friday, which is normally a work day, right? In 2025, there are no less than 3 such pont. There's the one after May 1st, Labor Day, well, in France, and then after May 8th, the end of World War II in Europe, and then the one after Ascension, which will be Friday, May 30th. Well then, it looks like we're done for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy all of my videos. And if you haven't, I hope you subscribe to my channel, French Differently. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.